What's up, guys? Hope you're having a good day. This is not financial advice. Trade and invest at your own risk. As you know, yesterday, or Sunday, I did a video saying I think the SPY looked like it may fall down to $365 to $370. Obviously, that hasn't happened yet. However, and I was saying, it looks like Tuesday should be a green day in the market. In retrospect, I wish I never would have said that. Why? Well, using Apple as a gauge, as I discussed with everyone that I coach, I felt like Apple was going to drop down to at least around $152. I was really expecting a lot more drops down into the red on Monday. The fact is that just didn't happen, but that's what I was expecting. Therefore, I was expecting a green day on Tuesday. So the fact is, I'm still not seeing as many drops as I'm expecting today. So I am still not expecting a green day on Wednesday. So as I always say, take what I say with a grain of salt, but that's just my opinion. I think unless we see some bigger drops today, we still may not see a green day tomorrow. I think one of two things: either smart money who sells at the top and buys put options. Again, smart money is easy to predict. It's the stupid money that's you have to be patient for, and it gets frustrating for. Either they were waiting for stupid money to buy in some before they dumped more on Monday, or it's just taking stupid money this long to catch on and start dumping on Tuesday, today. So I think that's why it came as such a surprise. But wasn't a surprise to me in this sense. As I was discussing with everyone I coach, I think Apple will fall down to around $152, and UVXY, for example, will rocket up to $17. That was my prediction since we transitioned into UVIX, UVXY, and SQQQ. And our original plan was to hold SQQQ until $49 and UVIX until $22. So in the future, again, it's not about which days are going to be green and red. It's about where the prices are, not which days are going to be what. It all depends on where the prices are. And again, that's why when people have asked me, are you a day trader? No, I buy here and sell here. What days it's at, it doesn't matter. So that's why that came out like it did. At this point, from what I've been hearing and seeing, seems like people are kind of freaking out, or a lot of people are surprised at these moves we're seeing in the market. Is it a surprise to me? Not at all. Again, it takes, I guess you can call it slow money, a long time to catch on. These drops are going to continue. And That's just what it is. But oil's on fire today. That's been looking really good. That's why my focus has been on, like when I told you, INDO, Indonesia Energy. When I got into that at 15 and sold at 27, I wasn't getting back in until $20. Obviously, it fell a little bit below $20 because people that don't have foresight and they just have no clue what's going on, they started freaking out, probably thinking it's going back to $15. It just makes no sense to me. But anyhow, started moving up again today. I was happy to buy back in at $20. But lot of really bullish call options put on that towards the end of the year, indicating that oil may very well be upwards of $200 a barrel by the end of the year. So in terms of any gas and oil stocks, you may want to take a consideration into some of those as we move into a more volatile market. I don't think our market is going to hold up until the fall. I think we'll crash around summer. I think Q3 will end up tanking. As I said, earnings will continue to get weaker as a reflection of sky-high inflation, gas prices, rapidly rising mortgage rates, the supply chain issues which continue to worsen. The China lockdowns obviously are not helping that situation. And if you watch my videos about panic is coming, the bear market, there's a lot of other indicators. The 10-year, 2-year yield inversions, mortgage-backed securities tanking to a level not seen since 2008. The warning signs have been there. They're crystal clear. So, the question is, when are we going to crash? Here we are, about to move into May. Will we have a bounce? Let's say tomorrow is red and we have a bounce Thursday. Who's going to want to hold going into the weekend as we move into May? We have a red Monday. Let's say we have a bounce throughout the week next week. That may be our last bounce for a while. So anything you do invest into, my only suggestion is just be careful. It's in my opinion a kangaroo market at this point at best, and that's why myself and everyone I coach, we've been getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. Over the period of 1 week, just on Indonesia Energy and our inverse ETFs, we made about 100% profit in a week. We got out, we got our dry powder, we're doing well. That's why, even though I said I think the market might be green Tuesday, I wasn't on here throwing out a bunch of suggestions for you, as I've seen on Twitter and other places, everyone talking about, time to jump in Apple, Microsoft, Google, etc. Why? Because the prices are going to go lower, and they have. That's why I don't jump on here and start throwing out suggestions. The fact is, most people don't know what the hell they're talking about, and they make suggestions and everything tanks even lower. So be very careful what you're doing and who you're following, because most people who make predictions, the fact is they just don't know what the hell they're talking about. And that's why, as I said, you just really have to understand that that's why charts, move down so slowly. The smart people sell up here and get puts, and you got people saying, "Oh, I better lock in a little profit." And you got people here saying, "Oh crap, there's almost no profit. I guess I'll take a little bit." And you got people here saying, "There's no profit. I guess I'll sell and at least not lose my capital." Then people here saying, "I better sell. I'm gonna lose all my," and it's just, that's what I said. I think, if you listen to my videos, I had said I see us returning to March lows and likely losing support from there. So, it's clear. Now, we may or may not lose support from there, but, that would suggest Apple at around $150, $152. At best, I would see Apple gaining support at $155. Why people are buying it over that? Pure ignorance. That's all I can say about that. And I do use Apple as somewhat of a gauge for the market. We are moving into tech earnings. Microsoft, Google, what are your earnings going to be? Obviously, they're expected to be, um, the bar is set low, to, and would I invest in the Microsoft over 270? No. Would I invest in the Google over 2300? No. I would say 2300 would be more ideal. But I did put a list together of about 52 stocks with entry prices. Some of these are prices you may want to consider for a quick profit or long term. Some of these you might want to consider for when the market crashes. Um, I think, long story short, inverse ETFs are going to be the way to go as we move in towards a volatile market. I foresee the worst crash since 1929. I think the reasons for that should be crystal clear, very obvious. So I think the way to circumvent that and navigate through this ugly market would be one of two things: selling and getting put options, or B, inverse ETFs. So that's what we have been focusing on, and it's worked brilliantly. As I said, we made almost 50% just off our 3 inverse ETFs in less than a week. So the fact is, most people are in the red and losing. That's just the reality right now. We aren't. We're far in the green. And that's why I haven't been on here suggesting a bunch of stuff. But anyhow, with that being said, again, oil up today. INDO, Indonesia Energy. That's one you may want to consider between $19 and $20. There are some other ones I like. They're up today, so I'm not suggesting buy-ins, but you may want to check out these particular oil stocks and wait and watch the price on USO, HVSA, HUSA, ENSV, USWS, USCG, CVX, CPE, ET, OXY, BNO, MRO, UCO, and ESTE at 1350. HAL. If I don't name a price, it's because they're up right now, and I don't buy into things when they're juiced up. It makes no sense. I don't chase any stock. That's how you get a losing bag. DQ at 37, BTU at 24.50, BE at $14. I can tell you that I not put MPC on here. Apparently not, but MPC, I like them as well. MPC, OXY, Marathon Petroleum, Occidental Petroleum, those are 2 of my favorites. Now I'm going to name some stocks, and I will be doing a video on cryptos. Some cryptos I think you may want to consider, but that's enough for that because this video is about stocks. As far as the SPY, I will say this: I won't touch it until $365 to $375. I think when the crash hits, it's going to even fall lower than that, and I'll address that later. But if you want to get in for some quick gains, 365, 370, that's where I'm at now. Still, at the most I would pay is 380 to 390. Just throwing that out there. Now some of these are predictions I've made, and I haven't had a chance to get the videos out. So anyhow, Roblox $30, Sophie $5. No Seeking Alpha put a $3.50 price target on it, so keep that in mind. Lucid $17. I did a video predicting Lucid to $17. They may very well go to $16. I really like Lucid. Cassava Science is at $15. Did a video on that one. You may want to be prepared to average down at $10 and $7. Volta $2. Apple, Again, if you want to jump in for some quick gains, you may want to jump in at 150, 152, or 155. But ultimately, you know, as Apple starts to lose support through the coming weeks and the coming months, I'm looking at 125 to 135, and ultimately, I think Apple, when the crash hits us, it's going to get knocked down to $100 and then $90. That's just where I'm at with it. AMC $13.50 to $14. Now, AMC, I want to say this. I've said for a long time, AMC may blast off around the $13 range, just like last time when they threw the trading halt on us, right? But I think it's still a strong possibility they could knock AMC down to $9 and $6 before blast off. It's just the reality of it. No one knows for sure, but it's just something to keep in the back of your mind, be mentally prepared for, because it's a possibility. Tesla, I think when the crash hits, Tesla will get beat down to $600. But in the meantime, I think $700 to $750 is a good place to jump in on a big flash drop to get in and make a little bit of quick money. Nvidia, I had predicted 200, but I myself will not jump in until $150. Disney, $90 to $100. Cloudflare, which is net, $80. CrowdStrike Holdings, 160, 165. AMD, 75 to 80. Twilio, $100. 110 at most, but I'm holding up for 100. Convo, $25. Amazon, 2,700. Google, I already said that one. INDO, again, 19, 20 at most. DWAC, highly volatile, high risk, high reward, $34, $35. Twitter, 46. That's one I had suggested sells on, and then Twitter ended up becoming the top loser. Every day I suggested a sell, and then I had just put that on like Facebook and some Twitter, but then I ended up saying, you know, it's a good time to buy. Obviously, Elon Musk is buying it for $44 billion. So that's one you may want to consider. However, when the crash hits, I think you can figure that one out. Rivian, $20. I think they've been overpriced for a long time. I've said for a long time, very stupid investment. So they get beat down where they deserve to be. $17 to $20 on Rivian. ChargePoint, $11.25 to $11.50. NIO, $15. Palantir, $5. I think they'll end up getting beat down. This is the market we're headed in. DraftKings, $14. Roku, $90. Zoom, $95. Netflix, that's another one. I had some people ask me, why didn't you do a video on Netflix? Because you predicted they'd drop from 350 to 200. Yes, I did, but that one to me was a no-brainer. It's common sense. I don't see the point in wasting my time doing a video on something when it's just it's common sense. You seen the last drop on Netflix when Jim Cramer recommended a buy. You know, if you had millions of dollars, what would you do? Again, it was a no-brainer. You know, weaker user guidance, heavier competition. You know, it just takes a little research. You know, I think it was crystal clear that they were going to drop from the $350 to $200, and they have. But I wouldn't buy in until $150. That was a great place to get put options, and quite frankly, I don't get you know, a lot of feedback. You know, I don't get people saying, hey, you know, man, you know, I took this suggestion, it served me well, you know, I made a ton of money. So it's not like anybody probably would have taken that suggestion anyways. I don't get any feedback on options, so it's like whatever. Plug Power, $18. Fuel Cell Energy, $3.50. Golden Nugget Online Gaming, purchased by DraftKings, $5. Peloton, $19. Um, Beyond Meat, $30. Most shorted stock on the Russell 1000 index. Humanigen, $1.75. They've just lost so much support, but $20 to $28 price target. Good one long term, in my opinion. Oxygen, $2. They lost FDA. Um, uh, they lost their covering too much here. They lost their FDA approval to continue with Covaxin for the time being, and children. I'm not going to go too much into every individual stock, but they're really declining. $2 is where I'd be at on Oxygen. Bed Bath & Beyond, $13. Veru recently got FDA approval. I had recommended, between $10 and I believe $12 at most. I've been doing really well on that one. They moved up some today. CTIC Biopharma, that's another one. When they got FDA approval, I had recommended a consideration in that one. They're doing well at this point. 420, 425 at most. Uxin, 62 cents. Highcroft Mining, HYMC, $1. Clover Health, $2. A lot of Americans may possibly lose health insurance this year. If that happens, Clover Health will be in a position where I think it will be a good medium to long-term investment. Kingsoft Cloud, I had mentioned, I recommended that one. I believe it was about $2.50. They really skyrocketed. We did great on that. And then once they reached, I think it was like $6.57, I've shorted them ever since. But I think $2.75, $3 is a good place to consider jumping back in that one. Of course, Guggenheim, $10.50. They're merging with Polestar in the second half of 2022. Love Polestar, great cars. When that merger is complete, I think the price will skyrocket. One to consider, how high will the price go? No one knows for sure. $40, $50. Sorry about that. I thought the recording stopped. Union Pacific, $200. ISPO Inspirato, for those of you who don't know, it wasn't too long ago they were at $108. They've consolidated down to $6. My prediction was $5. However, they may go down to $2. So my point is this: if you get Inspirato $10 call options or shares around $5 or $2, a lot of potential to make some good money there on that one. That's all I have for now. The reason I didn't get on and start making suggestions, even though I said Tuesday may very well be a green day in the market, is because it's just one of those things you can't be 100% sure of. Again, you don't measure this by days, it's measured by prices. And the fact is, nothing moved low enough yesterday. Really, nothing's moving low enough today. Again, look at Apple. I think Apple has more room to move down, and that's why I said I think tomorrow will be another red day. Possibly after a $4 move up, I think Apple should drop down to around 152 to $155, and then maybe we can start seeing some upward momentum. And as I said, yes, I do use Apple as somewhat of a gauge for the broad market, and somewhat of the same way as I use Bitcoin, but personally I use Apple as more of a gauge for the market myself. That's pretty much all I have for you right now. I do follow a lot more stocks, a lot more cryptos, but what I try to focus on is the ones that either are beat down or have yet to be beat down. Now, UVIX, UVXY, and SQQ, like I said, we made very good returns on those. We're waiting for the market to recover some. I can tell you our main focus right now is waiting for those to get hammered back down, a little recovery in the market, so we can jump back in those. And I can tell you we are not going to jump back out of those you know, and until the market is really crushed. So we're really wanting to ride those up. You know, a lot of my followers, they're only going to put 30 to 50% of dry powder in that. Me, I'm going to put most everything in it because I really believe in those positions. And then when they get to a certain height, I'll be shorting those positions. And then once they crumble, I'll ride them up and short them again. But and then I'll have my dry powder for stocks and cryptos. You know, fear will transcend stocks and hit the crypto market as well. Obviously, that's been clear lately, as you can see. You know, cryptos have been getting crushed lately as well. But I do think there's a lot of great opportunities for cryptocurrencies. I'm not going to mix that into this video, but you know, just to throw out an example real quick with you know, look at these inverse ETFs and look at the highs they went to when coronavirus hit in around March, April 2020. Now, will we hit these exact highs? You know, again, no one can say for sure, but the bottom line is there's a lot of money to be made. We're going to be selling in brackets. If anyone wants any information on those, feel free to ask me. But you know, I know we're going to do very well on those again. These last gains were nothing. As I said, we stay far in the green. We get in, we sell. We don't always get in at the very, very bottom and sell at the very, very top, but we make a lot of profit and we stay in the green. So, size limit reached. Okay, I guess that's all the time I have. I'll see you on the next crypto video. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.